Good morning, got my morning coffee going here, looked out the window, we have got a lot of snow still, so my plans for the announcement video I was going to film this weekend have gone out the window because I need some dry weather to actually go out and do what I want to do. That video will be coming very, very soon, I promise. However, what I had happen today is a notification come up on my Facebook. It was a memory. The day I changed my TV about 5 years ago. I upgraded to a decent TV, saved a bit of money and did that. Now that was the day a very good friend of mine that I've lost touch with, if I'm honest, called Callum Rosenburg. He came up to Scotland to come visit me for a week, and the plan was that I would go back out skateboarding. And I hadn't skated for a couple of years for my ankle injury. I used to skate with him in Southampton all the time. It'd be him I'd phone, I'd be like, where are you skating? Come out, we'd go all over the place. And then I had a decent enough camera, which was 720 HD. That was quite a good standard back along when this video came out. But basically the idea we had was film and be amazing, and we were going to make a video. And we had loads of other skaters on board. Unfortunately, the video fell apart because people started moving away, drifting apart, not skating. Also, people who I had filmed were asking me just to put the clips up and were pressuring me as I was editing. So in the end, filmed a couple of little parts, edited them together. Me and Callum had a solid part. Well, I think it's a solid part. And this was actually when I could skate a little bit better. So I'm going to do one of those cheesy overlay reviews of the video, which is quite... Again, I get excited about stupid things, but I am quite excited to watch this with a different mindset that I'm reviewing how I skated and see how it was back then. So let's get into it. First up, we got the intro. That clip is actually of David Miller. Now, that guy there, I'm going to pause it. He was such a genuinely lovely guy, and he was one of the first people who gave me a board for free when I'd snapped mine. I'd only just met him, went to his flat. Now, I have a fear of snakes and chameleons and all that if I'm not knowing that they're going to be there. If I see one from a distance, fine, I can go up to it, I touch it and all that, pet it, pick it up. I went into his flat, and I realised instantly that he loved all of this, like these creatures, and he had like the tanks with the massive gecko lizard things in and all that, and I sort of stood in the corner. I was like, oh dude, thank you for the board, but I didn't realise you had this, so I'm just keeping my distance. And he just went, look behind you, and there's a massive tank with this like snake chameleon thing. Freaked me out. Anyway, he's an amazing artist. Actually, let me get his Instagram. I'm going to tag him. His Instagram is Skater Dave. Dave Miller, Skater Dave. Now, he did the artwork for Lee Blackwell's skateboard, which is phenomenal. Lee Blackwell, I've got his signature on my board upstairs, the East Back board. And this guy, David Miller, he did the artwork for his board, which, it blew my mind when I saw that he'd done that. Anyway, back to the video. So we've got David there, playing with ABCs. Now, this is me, short hair, tree flip at the Isle of Wight. Now, the name comes up, this is my name before I got married, so I was Ross Gilmour, alright? Quick about my name change. I was Gilmour before I got married, that was my maiden name. And then my wife had another name. Now, we don't have any heritage or history with our surnames, we don't know our fathers, so we came up with the idea of making our own name when we got married. So we called each other Pickle, we didn't want to be the Pickles, and we looked up different languages, Spanish, Italian, all of these to see if we could get anything, and the one we came up with is the Old Latin Salitura, which loosely translates as pickle. So I am Ross Pickle, essentially. Little 180, yeah, that was at the Isle of Wight. Dale, me. I had shoelaces on. This is the only way I can do a 360 properly of that one. That one there, I can't do that 360. Oh, Slim Shady hair. Biggest set I've 180'd, and that's in Southampton. Frontside flip. That took me a while, but I was so happy. There's my little Emma when she was younger. She boxed me on the lens here. Bang! Kickflip down to 7 in my Mickey Mouse top shove. Oh! That skate park there, that was Bursledon. That was a late discovery. So when skating Southampton, I've been skating for years, but I discovered this park quite late. Now, it was in a bit of an odd place. People say it was rough. It could be a bit rough and ready, but I never had any problems there. But I loved this park. It had 2 quarters and a flat bank in the middle. And I used to love grinding, doing tricks into the flat bank, grinding across, up onto this ledge. The rail was perfect. It also had a spine, so it had like quarter pipe to spine to quarter pipe. I love spines and that little setup. People don't like those setups in parks or that type of park. I loved it. Unfortunately, it did get vandalized at one point, which kind of ruined it, which was a shame. Anyway, that there, absolutely loved that park, and this trick I loved as well. Anyway, back to the video. Only time I've done that was Isle of Wight. This killed me. That really hurt, by the way. Anyway, back to Slim Shady tray flip. I was so proud of this line. Tray flip, and look at this. Blunt slide, and it was legit. Now, I was known for not doing lines in skate, and this is probably the best, quickest line I could do at the time, because there wasn't many places I found that were good for lines. This, I was a bit upset with, having the fakie tray and then switch my stance. And then on camera, this ollie looked rubbish, but it's a long, high ollie. This was more filler, little nollie flip on the bank and drop off. Tray flip, jump over, hippie jump, nollie shove over that, Slim Shady hair. One of the scariest rails I've done, and then I ollied over it. Now, before this clip shows, this gap is massive, like ridiculously massive. And on the camera, it doesn't look as big as it is, which I was upset with, I'm not going to pretend. Jack, who was filming, he also took a video from the other side of me doing it. And I don't know what happened to that video. He got a clip of me bailing, and it shows the length. So my idea was I was going to show the bail and then show this. Don't know where that clip went. Imagine the length of one of those industrial garage doors. It was one of them. And I jumped off of this ramp bank bit across to the little curbside bit, so completely clearing it. Oh, it was such a big gap, and I'm so annoyed that it didn't show well. Anyway, we'll go back to it. Boom! Massive ollie. Super happy with that. Anyway, now Callum comes in. Now he could do frontside big spins so well, and we never got one on camera downstairs because every time we filmed it downstairs, board broke. Grinding the rails, he was a rail man, he was amazing. Oh, he was so good at rails. He pushed me into doing rails, and I did a few. Free shove, he was unhappy about that. And this was before people were doing it. Little tail slide pop off. And at the Isle of Wight, I pushed him into doing this. This is when I was teaching him to do ramps and getting him back into them. Lip slide down Romsey, that was Romsey. Lip slide 180 out. Oh, he just had style as well. That was his first over crook. Now this line I love. I love this spot, but you had to go when it was quiet because it was a main street in Southampton. He just had style. That spot you could never get more than 10 minutes. This, you always got kicked out by a crazy lady. And yeah, he hurt himself there quite bad. It's a sketchy little rail by a main road. And he hated me putting this in, by the way. He loved bonuses, but I put that in. He hated it. And then this was the scariest rail because it was out of the car park. First time he kickflipped the road gap, he was super happy about that. 50-50. Nearly smashed me in the face. And then yeah, he got that, which blew my mind at the time because again, we were kind of new to rails. So board slide rails, I'd done 50-50s down a couple and that, but that rail was coming out of a car park, so the angle was, you're coming straight and the angle's off the other way, so you had to sort of weave to ollie into it. It had a little chunk at the top, and like a lot of videos, they don't always justify how good they were, but you had to weave and then hook on and then go down. And we went there about 3 or 4 times, and twice we got rained out, and he still committed. That's when he slid out. He still committed in a rainy day to grind down and trying to stick on it. And then he got one which he kind of like 180'd out, but you know when you 180 tic-tac. Anyway, we finally got that clip, and just a brilliant ender clip for him. And I wish other people hadn't put pressure on us to finish up and put clips out, because it kind of, kind of ruined the idea of the video we were all trying to do, because no one had really done that around our group as such. We put out little videos and clips and messing around, but we got that overall, and we were both happy with it. And as I say, I then eventually moved up to Scotland. He did come up once, and we had a great skate around Edinburgh and got some just fun times then, but lost base with him, and he went off to uni. He's some amazing, brilliant-minded scientist person. Technical terms there, right? I can't remember what he was doing, but we went around Edinburgh. I was just showing him around, and again, we got rained out, so we ended up going around Edinburgh city centre and then off to a skate park, but just showing him around. And this statue, I was like, there's a statue of a bloke up there, and he goes, oh, that will be that person. I went, how do you know that? And he just knew the history of Edinburgh and the scientists and the biologists and the neurologists and everyone, and I was just blown away by his knowledge at that point. Anyway, that is the end of our review of that video. What I'm going to do is also review another skate video of mine. I'm going to film it today, but I'm going to put that up separately because this other video is the video of me that I am super, super proud of. Is it that video? Hang on, I've got to think about this. I might have not salvaged the video I'm thinking of. It might not even be available still. Hang on. Oh, yeah, there it is, 2012. Is it that one? Maybe. Well, actually, this puts a good key point. This would have been around the same time, 2012, yeah, it would have been like 2011 to 2014, because that's when I got hurt badly, 2014, and my ankle was blown out and couldn't skate. So, yeah, this would have been 2011 to 2014, around that time that this skating occurred. I'm sure it's that video, but we'll see. Maybe I won't review another one, who knows. Anyway, I promise you I'll have that video that I want to go out and film when there's no snow and no rain, and the announcement will come alongside with it. It will kind of all make sense and lead up to what it is. I'm super excited about it. You don't have to be, but I am. It's such a cool achievement and something that I didn't think would happen. So more about that soon. Have a lovely day, everyone, and I'll be on another video chatting away to you in the near future. Bye.